Hope you guys had a peaceful Christmas and a peaceful New Year's. Um, so first of all, I want to discuss the hearing that was scheduled for today, January 3rd. And, I obviously did not go. I have no faith in the system. Basically, when you make the victim of the abuse have to face the abuser, it creates a platform. It gives the abuser a platform to A, play the victim, B, flip the whole thing on the victim, and C, it makes it very difficult on the victim because they have to face the person that, most likely caused them a lot of trauma. It takes many, many years to overcome. So, I did not go. This whole system has basically proven to me that their definition of domestic violence is physical abuse. Nothing else. The abuse is just limited to physical abuse. If it's not physical abuse, it's not domestic abuse. That's the mindset of the whole court system. So I think best course of action is no contact. I talked to a police officer before coming back here for winter break, and he told me that everything my dad has done could fall under harassment, and that is a misdemeanor. The repeated text messages, repeated voicemails, trying to reach out to me via a third party. I reviewed the law. I went online, reviewed the law for this state, and everything he's done has constituted that. And I thought by getting a DVPO, and having the evidence that I had of the repeated attempts to contact me, I thought that, that would, help me get the order, but unfortunately not. Court basically says that he has to go way off the deep end in order for the order to be granted. They set a hearing for today, and basically asking me to be there and face my dad in court. Which I don't like at all. I don't like at all. So the court system does not really understand narcissistic abuse. Because abuse, it's so covert, it's hard to spot, it's hard to prove, and it's hard for somebody outside of the household to pick up on it. So, in their eyes, they might see it as a conflict between two people. But it's actually a one-sided deal, and it's abuse taking place. Unfortunately, the court doesn't see it. Something needs to be done to. I feel like these judges, magistrates, need to have some sort of training done so that they can understand this. Narcissistic abuse is just as damaging as physical abuse. Leads to years of trauma. I mean, the trauma can last for a lifetime. not even kidding. You know, it's not a joke. They think it is. So, yeah. I think attempting to get the order I think it really pushed my dad away. It put him into a sense of fear that, hey, my abuse is about to get exposed. Maybe I need to stop, you know? I didn't hear from him the entire month of December. Thank goodness he hasn't contacted my mom, which is even better. But I'm afraid that this quiet period is going to create this abuse amnesia where the victim just completely forgets the number of times and the extent of which their boundaries were crossed. And I'm afraid that my mom's going to begin to forget what's happened in the past because of this long period of my dad not attempting to contact her or me. The fear is that she begins to forget what's happened in the past, or might think that he's changed for the better or something like that. Hoovering is dangerous. They come every once in a while. They come around big holidays. But because I got that order, and of course they notified him that there was a hearing, that sort of scared him away. And if it wasn't for me going to the courthouse on December 20th, Christmas would have been hell. So really happy that I was brave enough to do that. But the bad part is there's no order on him. So it's a balance. But the most important thing is staying in contact. I think if you reestablish contact, they're going to attempt to punish you in some way. And reestablishing contact, like I said plenty of times, would most likely set you back in your progress towards healing. So I didn't want to jeopardize that. So, quick rundown. I think best course of action is to stay in contact. Don't get involved with the courts unless the narc has gone off the deep end. The court system doesn't understand narc abuse, period. So